Okay, Paul. So I asked you to bring in an object that meant something to you. So can you tell us what it is and can you show it to us?
Yeah, so it's hidden underneath I think is it a handkerchief or is it a tea towel? I'm not quite sure, but it's hidden underneath something. So, do you want to have a look at that?
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Know what that is? Exciting for the listeners. So it's
Yes, exactly. I know it's for those listening. It's
Teaks Roadshow.
yeah, it's like it's a medallion that's about 3 centimeters in width, and it's got an inscription on the back. It says, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." And on the front, it says, "The obstacle is the way." And it's like an engraving of a mountain with a trail going up it.
Yeah, very good. So some listeners might know exactly what that is, but have you heard of Stoicism? Do you know what Stoicism is?
No?
No, so it's like an ancient Greek philosophy.
Okay.
So, like the obstacle is a way is like quite a well-known phrase in that. But yeah, basically there's always a way out, or there's always another route to success.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't really know anything about Stoicism. I'm into history and I'm into philosophy, and then it was actually just before the lockdown. I met someone who was really into Stoicism, and when she explained what it was, I was like, that sounds awesome. That sounds like right up my street. And during the lockdown, like a lot of people, found it difficult during the lockdown, but I definitely found a lot of comfort and support, I suppose, in Stoicism, Stoic philosophy. So reading books like The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday, and he's got a book called The Obstacle is the Way as well, and various others. But it's the general gist of it is that bad things can and will happen, or people might say or do bad things, but at the end of the day, you're ultimately in control how you respond to that,
Okay.
if at all. So it's about being in control of your emotions and how you respond to situations, even in the most difficult of situations. So yeah, as well as the lockdown, I did have a difficult time in my personal life. I've spoken about this before. I did go through a divorce. I had to move out of the family home, and then found it difficult. My business, like a lot of people, income fell off a cliff. So there was a lot going on, but I got through it. And Stoicism was just an important part of that. So, but I like the message in there, and entrepreneurs in particular, I think, they back themselves. They have belief that they can make things happen, and they can, in difficult situations, they can find a way out.
Yeah. No, that's really...
Carry that in my wallet.
That's really good. That makes sense. So that's something you carry around all the time.
Oh, yeah, it's always in my wallet. I don't always look at it, but it's always whenever I get something out there. So yeah, I know it's there, and it's a good reminder.
That's excellent. Yeah, it's always good to know that there's an option, especially if someone's starting a company out that may face difficulties. I mean, obviously everyone faced difficulties with lockdown, but it's kind of good to know what's the next direction I can take. How do I pick myself up? What opportunities can you take? Is there an opportunity that's on the horizon that you could look at, or any alternatives? Maybe you could do something different. Maybe there's something you've always wanted to do and never tried. So it's great to have that kind of philosophy of looking at another path, for yourself. So that's really interesting to have.
Thank you. Well, yeah, I think as well about like the lean startup, Eric Ries. That's like the Bible of tech and digital companies. So I totally believe in that, and I've used lean startup principles when I've created new products or services, or even the events that I've created. I've taken that approach where you do small little experiments, little iterations. You test and you measure, and if it works, you do more of it, and if it doesn't, you stop and you change direction. So yeah, like I say, it's a reminder in your sort of personal life, but also your business life. There's always a way. There's always another way.